It's Milan Simone, and welcome to the second story of Magical Manifesting. And this time, I wanted to share the stories of how I manifested first class on a flight, not once, not twice, but three separate occasions. And I always get a little joy off of these stories, especially the second time I got to fly first class. And I think you'll understand why once I share the story with you. So the first time I was accepted to study abroad in Australia, and it was my sophomore or junior year in college. So I was super uber excited, but also equally worn out and stressed because I didn't know what to expect. And I had never flown outside of the country. I'd only been a few places in the United States on a plane, and it was a huge thing because I was going to be away for 9 months, and I just felt unsure about everything. So anyway, and this is at a time also where I knew there was something different about how I had things in my life, but I didn't quite understand it. So this is proof out there that you don't need to know exactly what you're doing, but if you recognize and are aware that there is some kind of magical feeling or essence that happens when things happen for you, then you're on the right path. So in this particular story, I was leaving from San Francisco airport, and I waved bye to my mom and my boyfriend at the time and my sister and my grandma. And I'm starting to cry because I'm all nervous about flying. And it's a long flight. I have to stop in Hong Kong for 7 hours. I don't know what to do in my life. What is this? And I remember thinking, oh my God, I really wish I could afford first class because this is a long flight. And I just wish I could spread out. And I was so nervous too at the time. And I think I just wanted some validation that I was doing something great. So I get to the ticket booth counter, and they issue my ticket. Nothing happened there, by the way. They issue my ticket. I wait in the lounge, and they start calling us on board. And this is when the little ticket scanners first came into play. So I walked up and I handed my ticket, and I think I was flying Delta at the time. And they scanned it, and she goes, "Oh, you've been upgraded to first class because of your reward points," which I didn't even know I had because my grandfather helped buy the ticket. So I had no idea. So I was like, wow, I got first class. Complete surprise to myself. So I will deem that first time I did it as luck because I didn't necessarily, I mentioned it and I didn't expect it, which are two keys to manifesting. But I also wasn't aware of what I was doing. So that's the first time. And I flew first class, and it was awesome. They gave us real silverware, which I was like, whoa, this is cool. And then we got ice cream for free, and I was like, what is this? And I don't remember if they asked me if I wanted champagne at that time because I think I was underage. But anyway, it was really exciting, and it really topped what I was about to embark on in my life. So the second time, this is 2 years later maybe, because I had met a really good person who became my best friend when I was studying abroad. Her name is Linda, and we are from two different countries. So Linda is from the UK, and I'm from the United States, and we met in Australia. And we really bonded by traveling together around town and taking the trains and exploring Sydney. So anyway, fast forward. I went to go visit her a year after we had met, and I went to her home country, and I spent my birthday there, which was awesome, and tons of memories, really thankful for that. And on the return flight, we were at the airport, and I was telling her the story about how I got first class, in Australia, and she was like, whatever, Milan, that's just luck, because Linda's very practical, and or at that time she was very practical, so she didn't believe in all this blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I was really open to it. I was really like, oh, yeah, you can manifest things. I've seen it happen. So I turned to her and I said, watch, I'm going to get first class. See, this is the second story. This is why I get a ha, ha, ha feeling in my body. Anyway, I know it's a little shellfish. So anyway, I turned to her and I say, watch, I'm going to get first class. So we're standing in line, And she waits far away. I get up to the front booth, and I'm talking to the sales representative or the sales associate. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, those people behind the desk. And I give her my name. I show her my ID, and she's like typing the computer, and she makes this face. And then she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get right back with you. There's something going on with our system." And I was like, "Okay." But I still wasn't really thinking I was going to get first class. Oh, I forgot a part. So before I hit the counter, but after I told my best friend I was going to get first class, I kept thinking in my head, I'm going to sit in first class. And I almost was thinking it so hard I got a headache, which I will recommend is probably not the best way to manifest, but I knew I could do it mentally, and then I started feeling it. And at the time, I wasn't aware that I was clairsentient, the one that feels. So I was feeling that sensation of like what I do when I manifest. Although I was still unaware of it. I just thought mentally, if I think it, it'll happen. But it was actually a combination of both. So anyway, I get up to the counter, she's typing, and she's like, "Something's wrong, I'll be right back. Our system's being really weird." She comes back with a manager, and it's a male, and he goes and looks through it, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, well, you've been bumped up to first class." And I turn around and I look at my best friend and I stick out my tongue, and her face, she was like, oh my God, because she knew what happened. I didn't even have to say it to her. She knew that I won. Sorry, that's a little bit of egoic stuff happening, but I still get tickled about it. Sorry, Linda, I love you. And now you understand how to manifest. So anyway, that's the second story. I thoroughly enjoyed first class that time. Much shorter flight, but it was awesome, and I was gloating the whole way home. So the third time, what was the third time? Oh, so the third time was just a simple trip. I was flying to Atlanta to visit family, and why was I flying alone? I don't know why I was flying alone. Maybe my mom was meeting me there, but I know it was to visit family, and I know we wouldn't have gone separately. So anyway, she may have been flying from the city that she lives in. And I was kind of bummed out that day. And I don't know why. I was just bummed out. And I showed up to the airport and was kind of grumpy. And I was thinking, oh, my life sucks. And oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, sometimes we have those days. Even people who are good at manifesting have those days. And then I thought, wow, wouldn't it be nice if I got first class again? I wonder if that will still happen for me. It's just a thought. I had no expectation, and I just thought that would be really nice. I walk up to the counter. This man is in the best mood ever, and he's like singing and typing into the thing, and he's like, today's my last day. And I'm like, oh, really? He was like, yeah, so I don't care. I'm going to bump you to first class. And I was like, what? In my mind, I was like, hello! Oh my God, somebody was listening. So I wished him very well, and I thanked him so very much, and I got to fly again in first class. So those are 3 ways that I have manifested first class flights. Again, I didn't pay for any of them, and it was just a thought. And magic happened. So tune in for story number 3, which I haven't decided what I'm going to share with you yet. Sorry, I can't give you a cliffhanger to make you watch the next video, but I think these are very interesting, and I hope you'll tune in again. Okay, bye.